Hey everyone! I wanted to share with you my journaling entry using Charlene Warwick's Find Your Tribe Kit. And I found this on Etsy in her Art Inspirations shop. And there are a couple of cute little quotes about friendship and these very cute giraffes. The second page here, it has some different verses on it. And as you can see, it's got these little places that you could write notes and put on. It's got the beautiful washi tape at the top. And then these larger elements here I'm going to use in my 4-inch illustrating Bible. And then I'm going to use some of the smaller elements in my 2-inch margin Journal the Word Bible. I'm going to use a different verse. I'm going to use Romans 12:10 in that verse. But I just wanted to share with you how I do my entry for this, and I showed it in my Facebook group. But I printed these out on clear sticker paper, so I'm just going to cut all of these out. And I sped up the video because I didn't want you to have to sit and watch me fussy cut all of these very cute giraffes and the words. But this first entry I'm doing is Ecclesiastes 4:9 through 11. And the verses say 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their efforts. So that is verse 9. So I love what this kit says. It says, find your tribe, love them hard. So as you can see here now, I'm just looking at kind of where to place these cute giraffes. And I'm going to be using my watercolor here just to do a background, a very colorful background. And I protect my other page. I'm just using my Pampered Chef cutting mat that I received, and just going to keep that behind that page there. And I have my watercolors here that I've used in the past, less than $10 on Amazon. Very beautiful, beautiful colors. And I'm going to be using a watercolor brush pen to do my first layer. And I wanted to pull some of the colors from the giraffes. So I used this yellow, mustard yellow. And as you can see, as I got started, I was going to originally do some giraffe spots. And then I decided, no, I think I'm not going to do that. So I just got my color, and I'm just using my watercolor brush to spread the color out somewhat evenly. Now remember, with watercolors, you can manipulate those by adding more water. But I love using watercolors, and I have washi taped my verse down at the bottom to protect it. And I'm going to let that dry, and it does not take long at all to let watercolors dry. Now I'm going to use a darker color, and I'm adding a lot of water to it because I want to drip. I'm making what appears to be dots right now, but here in a moment you will see that I actually just pick my Bible up and blow these dots to make more of a spread. And the more water that I use, the better it is to spread, because obviously there's more there. And I started using my blow dryer, and it was not spreading it the way I wanted to. So that's why I just picked it up and used my own breath to spread these colors out. Then I'm going to take, after I let that dry, I am going to clean up my palette here on my watercolor tin. And I'm going to take a couple of colors that are in the Tribe and Love. and still using watercolors, but I'm going to add some water to my tin and then just add the pigment with a brush to it. Then I'm going to just splatter. I'm using a smaller regular brush, not a watercolor brush, just a regular brush, and my finger to splatter some different colors on there. Now I'm going to be using a pink and a blue that almost, it's turquoise blue. But as you can see, I'm spraying some water down in my tin on that side and just picking it up with my brush just to be able to pick up some of the pigment that I want, some of the pink. And I want my brush fairly wet. So I'm just picking up the pigment and then adding it there to the rest of the water. And I really want the pink to come through, and it's more of a magenta color. So as I'm picking up the pigment, I will take my finger and then I will just run it across my brush and splatter this. Now the reason that this kit is so it caught my eye, and I really I really wanted to journal two different things because, you know, in today's time, it's so important that we have our tribe, right? That we have those people that we can go to and that we can love them hard, like this kit talks about. Love them hard and allow them to love us hard, because we need that, right? We need that love, especially in today's time. And so when I saw this, there were some other pieces of this kit. In the next part of this video where I use my smaller Bible, I'm going to be using the typed words that were in this kit, and it just made me think of my best girlfriends that I enjoy having coffee with, that I enjoy talking with and texting with, and not only that, but even those that are in my tribe that live so far away that texting or on Facebook or phone calls, that's all we can do, right? But I love them hard anyway. So this kit was just so easy to use. And like I said, I printed it all out on clear sticker paper. You could print it out on regular copy paper and just fussy cut and use double-sided tape or glue stick to put these down. But I just loved this whole kit. It was just amazing. The colors, everything. And the giraffes are so cute. So I have splattered, I have dried, and now I'm going to just place my words. So there's the Find Your Tribe words. And now these cute giraffes. Look how cute they are. I just think they're adorable with the hats and the sunglasses. Now remember, this is on clear sticker paper. And again, I am not one that cares if I cover my words because these are my reflections and my praise and worship, as well as doing Bibles for my kids that focus on a verse. So these are not study Bibles. These are not Bibles for everyday use. So as you can see, I'm working around my washi tape there below my giraffe heads because those are the verses. And I'm going to show you my oopsie here in a minute. But I'm just placing, and I want to place this giraffe off the side of the page. I'm going to cut him off just so that it appears that he's just kind of peeking around the corner like, hey, here I am. Then I'm going to place the Love Them Hard sticker. And that is pretty much all my page. Now I am going to pull this washi tape up. And as I pull it up, I begin to notice that, as you can see right there, push it back down, I kind of pulled up some of my words, which is okay. I've done it before, so I'm trying to prevent that from happening by going from the other direction, but it's not going to work. So I'm going to fix that, and I'm going to show you how you can fix that as well. Um, it it's okay. I just didn't de-stick my washi tape very well before I placed it down to protect my verse, and that's totally okay because I'm going to take one of my Illustrated Faith black, almost like a micron pen. And I started using that 0.65 nib and realized it was too much. But I go to the 0.25 nib and I just rewrite the words. Just rewrite the words in there. I use my phone to find the correct version for the illustrating Bible, and then I just reprint the words of those verses. So no big deal. You can still see them. And so I'm able to fix it, and it helps me with my lettering too, and practicing. And since I'm not going to be adding anything else over these, it's okay because I'm not worried about my ink smearing. Now, after I have that fixed, see, it was just one little bitty part there. I'm going to take my stamp, and I'm just going to put my date stamp on there so that when I'm gone, my kids can look back and see when I created this. And I just think it's a fun entry. It's just very simple, I think, even though it doesn't look that way to some people, but very simple. Very, very easy to use. Clear sticker paper and my kit from CharleneWarwickArt that I found on Etsy, and you will be able to find the link to that down below, as well as her Buy Me a Coffee link. And Charlene has some of the most beautiful kits. So here it is. I put my date stamp, and then I've got my verses here, Ecclesiastes 4, 9 through 11. Now I'm going to show you all in my Journal the Word Bible using the same kit from Charlene, but for my 2-inch margin and my 2-inch margin Bible. And so I'm going to be journaling Romans 12:10, but 9 through 13 is what I have read. But I'm going to highlight Romans 12:10, and then I'm going to circle 9, 11, 12, and 13 as my other verses to go along with this. And if you all have watched me before, I like to read before and after my focus verse, and oftentimes will expand my reflection. But here I'm highlighting 10, and then I'm using my midliner, the zebra midliner yellow highlighter. I'm just going to circle these other verses that I think are important, or that are important to me. And I used one of the elements off of Charlene's and made myself just a little circle that you can see to the right there. I am going to, my midliners do not bleed through, as I was showing. So I made myself a little circle element, as you can see to the right of my Bible. Now I found this cute cardstock. I wanted to make myself a tab. Now I use this tab punch that I found at Tuesday morning for like $3. So handy. Just to make my own tab. Now in some Bibles I use my tabs, some Bibles I don't. So I've got a design on one side and then it's solid on the other. So what I'm going to do is I want to use that typed Soul Sister. And it makes me specifically think of one of my girlfriends in our song, used to be the song Hey Soul Sister by Train. And so every time, when I saw that, I instantly thought of her. And so these verses say, love must be sincere, hate what is evil, cling to what is good. Now my focus verse is this: be devoted to one another in love, honor one another above yourselves. That's verse 10. So as you can see, my R was hanging off just a little. So I'm going to make another tab, and I'm just going to line it up on the back side just to cover that R, and make it look like I meant to do that. So I used some double-sided tape just to help it stick, but also the end of the sticker, the end of the Soul Sister helped that to stick together as well. But I'm going to use double-sided tape just to make sure. And just slide it over just a little bit to be sure that that R gets stuck on there, because that's going to be my tab. Now I am going to take one of my Illustrated Faith pens, and I'm going to write Romans 12:10 on it. And maybe my best girlfriend that I think about when I saw this kit and saw this Soul Sister sticker, when she sees this, I hope she smiles. And so I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to use this little circle element with the little giraffe. I want to put that right at the top. So I used the same cardstock, just used the brown side. So here I'm just placing my tab and figuring out where I want to put that cute little guy with his tongue stuck out and the oversized glasses. And around that, it says, always better together. Always better together. So here I just figure out where I want to put my tab, and then realize that I need to put double-sided tape on the wrong side. But that's okay, because it'll help me see I can make him stick there better like that. So I just used what I had to make that little guy stick, and then I added some more. I'll add some more here just to be able to put it on my Bible there, in my margin. And I just put my pad, my protective cutting mat down, just because I find that sometimes when placing tabs, I will stick two pages together, and I don't want to do that. Or it may be sticky on the other side, so that cutting mat helps me be able to correct that if that happens. So I'm just going to cut these giraffes apart, because I want to put them, I really don't want to cover up my words. I just want to use this 2-inch margin here. So I'm just going to cut these giraffes apart and just use the ones that I want. I want this guy to hang off the side, but as you can see, I changed my mind, and then I change it again, and then I change it again. And that's okay, because journaling is not how you mark the word. It is all about how the word marks you. And I can promise you that while I was doing this entry, and the entry at the beginning too, I was praying over my girlfriends, and even some that I don't talk to very often. But they're my tribe, and I love them, and I would be there for them at any moment if they needed me. And that is being devoted to one another, right? So I'm cutting apart these typed words that are part of the kit, and I'm going to just place them randomly. And they all remind me of my girlfriends. And I'm so thankful to God that He has given me such a wonderful group of friends around me. And so these words really stuck out to me. And it was almost like Miss Charlene had made this kit for me. So I'm using the washi tape that was on here as well. And I'm going to put some at the bottom of the page. And as you can see, I kind of play with it before I stick it down. I let it hang off the side, or the end, and then I just go back and cut it off. It's no big deal. I don't cut my page. I just cut the end of the sticker off, and because I don't want to cover up my words. Even though it's clear sticker paper, I don't want to cover my words on this. So I'm just showing different ways that I like to journal and kind of the process that I go through. But again, find your tribe and love them hard. Even if it's people that you've never met. You know, I have some very good friends in my tribe that I've never met in person, and that's okay. That is one good thing about the internet, right? That is one good thing about YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. And so this little piece says coffee, because that is something that is a staple between me and several of my friends, is coffee. And so some of these say laughing till your stomach hurts, um, encourage, comfort, praying for you, smiles, hugs, dirty dishes, dirty hair, don't care. I mean, all of these things, you know, when we think about our tribe, does it matter to you what someone's house looks like? Does it matter to you if they haven't showered in a couple of days? It doesn't to me. It's time spent, right? It's time spent with them and showering them with love and allowing them to love on you. Um, so that this entry is very simple, as you can see, but it means so much to me. And I will especially remember this verse and will think of my friend that is my soul sister, that I always sing that song when I see those words. So now I'm just going to take this little piece, and because it's on clear sticker paper, I'm going to use this same cardstock, but I'm going to write the verse. Be devoted to one another in love. And then I'm going to cover it with this sticker, and I'm going to add it as a tip in and just a little added extra. So I just traced around this so that I was sure that I wouldn't, you know, be out of line with it. But super simple way to utilize these. Now, if you had printed this off, if I had printed this off on regular paper, even white sticker paper, I would just have done this lettering or written my prayer or maybe a name or something like that on the actual area. But because I did it on clear, so I'll just cut it out. And you'll see the pieces that I took off of the washi tape by cutting around. I'm going to use those to attach this little creation here inside of my Bible and just make it a tip in. Ta-da! All done. I hope you all enjoyed this. Click like and subscribe, and you can find the links to Charlene's buymeacoffee.com and also her Etsy shop. I hope you all enjoyed this so very much, and thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.